Artemis and Apollo had fierce family loyalty. They were the illegitimate children of Zeus, born to an ostracized single mother. Protective of their family, they were often vengeful when they felt wronged. Like most siblings, they were known to have disagreements and even rivalries, but their twin bond was strong and they had each other's backs. In the last video, we took a deep dive into Artemis and her relationship with nature. In this video, we are going to look at the family drama and how their childhood shaped them. Their mother was Leto, the daughter of the Titans Koios and Phoebe. Zeus, a suave ladies' man, swept her off her feet into an illustrious affair. Leto became pregnant. The problem was Zeus had a wife, Hera, and she was pretty pissed. Hera vows to make Leto's life miserable. She had her pursued without mercy, and Leto was forced to wander in search of a place to safely give birth. Leto found refuge on the island of Delos, which was not yet connected to the earth, and therefore not subject to Hera's curse. There she gave birth to Artemis first, and then Apollo. During the birth, Hera, still interfering, bonded Aletheia, the goddess of childbirth, preventing Leto from having an easy and painless labor. With Aletheia out of commission, Artemis, born first, was the one to help her mother deliver her twin brother Apollo, establishing her role as a birth goddess from her very first moments. This early incident instilled in her the protective nature that would define her. I wish I could say the children had a lovely childhood, but Leto had to continue to hide due to Hera's wrath. Hera's jealousy continued toward Leto and meant the twins grew up understanding the need for vigilance and mutual protection. The young goddess and god developed their archery skills and powers. When they were young, the giant Tityos attempted to rape Leto, but Apollo and Artemis intervened and killed him. The teens were sent to Olympus and Zeus for training. During this time, Artemis, like we talked about in the prior video, asked for her virginity and to live in her sacred wilderness, while Apollo would become associated with civilization, music, and rational thought. The twins are both associated with archery, sudden death, and divine punishment, yet their approaches differed significantly. Apollo's justice was often calculated and systematic, while Artemis was swift and instinctual, reflecting her wild nature. Leto finally settled in Thebes to spend the rest of her life there. Niobe, the arrogant queen of the city, said that she was superior to Leto because Niobe had given birth to 14 children, 7 male and 7 female, instead of just 2. Leto told her children what was said, and Apollo and Artemis were so insulted that they took revenge, killing all 14 of Niobe's children. When Niobe discovered what had happened, she burst into great grief. She then asked Zeus to show mercy on her and turn her into a stone so that she would no longer suffer. At times, the twins did have normal sibling conflict, or, given their divinity, maybe not so normal. Artemis developed a close friendship with the hunter Orion, and they often spent time in the woods together. Some sources suggest that Artemis began to feel genuine affection for him, perhaps even love, which created a crisis for a goddess who was sworn to eternal virginity. Apollo, observing his sister's growing attachment to Orion, became concerned that she would abandon her vows. In the most tragic version of this story, Apollo devised a cruel test. Seeing Orion swimming far from shore, appearing as just a dark speck on the water, Apollo challenged Artemis to hit the distant target with her arrows, claiming she could never make such a difficult shot. Artemis, proud of her archery skills and unwilling to back down from a challenge, took careful aim and shot perfectly, only to kill Orion. Devastated by her brother's trick and her own unwitting participation in Orion's death, Artemis placed the hunter among the stars as the constellation Orion, where he continues his eternal hunt across the night sky. This story reveals the tragic cost of her divine nature. Her very powers and commitments could prevent her from experiencing mortal love without destruction. Leto is praised for raising such divine children. The great Greek writer Homer penned these words in part, saying, "Then, in a goblet of gold, sweet nectar his father Zeus presents him, making his dear son welcome, and Leto, the lady, is gladdened, seeing that she has brought forth so mighty a son and an archer. Hail and rejoice then, Leto the blessed, for glorious children you bore, lordly Apollo and Artemis, shooter of arrows." Honoring Artemis involves getting in touch with your wild and independent self. Artemis devoted herself fully to the protection of the wilderness and to women. She helps us feel independent and strong. Test your personal limits. Call on her to assist you. I have found her to be very responsive. Both Artemis and Apollo want us to respect and appreciate nature. As children, the wilderness gave them safety and comfort. Artemis does this more by taking action, bonding with wildlife, and enjoying the solitude of the forest. Apollo is more of an urban dweller, someone who enjoys the challenge of competitive sports. Apollo is also the thoughtful one. He likes sharing his ideas and philosophies. Together, Artemis and Apollo represent cosmic balance and justice that goes beyond simple right and wrong. They complement each other and demonstrate how different approaches to justice can work in harmony to maintain order. Artemis and Apollo can be good to call on when you are struggling with work-life balance. Their protection of Leto from Tityos wasn't just familial loyalty, but cosmic justice. Tityos represents the kind of chaos that threatens both divine and natural order. His attempted assault of Leto was an attack on sacred motherhood and divine authority. One way to honor the twins is to support a charity or volunteer somewhere that works with abused women and unwed mothers. Another interesting thing about our favorite twins is they have a gender role reversal. Apollo, while male, is traditionally associated with both masculine and feminine principles. He's a god of healing and purification, as well as plague and destruction, of gentle music and poetry, as well as his deadly arrows. Artemis, while female, embodies both nurturing protection and fierce destruction, maternal care and virginity. She is strong and independent. Together, they transcend simple gender roles in society. They function as a team. Lots to think about. Thanks for watching, and have a very witchy day.